my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you're a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of my Sunday sewing catch-ups and we're on episode 91. Got lots of things that I want to share with you today, including a few things I've been sewing, updates on my Sew Upcycle project that I've been working on. I have got quite a lot of fabric to share with you today and a pattern to talk about. And then I'll always finish with what my sewing plans are. So before I start with all of that, I'll let you know what I'm wearing. And I'm wearing a hack of the Tilly and the Buttons pearl cardigan. I hacked it last year, I think it was, into like a maxi length dress. So it's still a wrap dress. It's still a wrap, which is the original feature of the cardigan. It's got these really gorgeous sleeves, and then I added a ruffle. It's a dropped shoulder sleeve pattern, so I added a ruffle where the dropped shoulder bit is, and that ruffle goes all the way around, obviously on both sides. You've got that crossover detail that you get with the cardigan, and I've just tied it this side. You can tie it that side as well, and you've got that wrap over detail. And then I've just got a skirt, and it's a wrap skirt, and then the bottom of the skirt there is a lovely ruffle, because I just love ruffles, in this really lovely leopard print knit fabric. I got this from Fabricland and I can't remember the composition of it, but it's a stretch fabric, but it feels quite stable as well, and it feels quite lightweight. I've got the deep cuffs on the sleeves as well, and I really love the sort of billowy sleeve detail from the pearl cardigan as well. So I did do a video tutorial where I talked about how I hacked this pattern. I'll link it down below if you're interested. It was quite straightforward. I essentially just made a wrap skirt. I think I made the ties longer, I can't remember, and then I also added the ruffle. You can leave the ruffle off. I just love a ruffle and I really like that feature. I know it's not to everybody's taste, but I really love it. So that is what I'm wearing. So let me grab my notebook. I have had a really busy week, which I talked about last weekend. I've had parents' evening. I had a colleague who went off on maternity leave, so we had some celebrations going on at work for her as well. And I also had a market yesterday, so I'll put some pictures in of some of the cakes that I made for the market. But it was the usual kind of selection of cupcakes, brownies, torte cake, bakewell tart. I made scones, I made loaf cakes. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Brownies, I can't remember if I said brownies. And I tried a new type of cupcake, which I always bring back this time of year, which is a gingerbread cupcake. So it's like a gingerbread spice mix that goes into the sponge, and then I always put caramel in the middle, buttercream icing on top, drizzle it with caramel, and then pop a little gingerbread biscuit on top. That's kind of like a festive-y autumn winter kind of cupcake that I like to bring out this time of year. Really lovely thing to be part of. Really enjoyed it. It's my husband and I that do it together. It's a really lovely community event. So that was yesterday. Last week I made a cake for my friend who's going off to have a little baby, because we had a little baby shower celebration for her. So I put a picture in of that so you can see what it looks like. And then I've also been busy sewing up some baby clothes. So I talked about waiting last weekend for some fabric to arrive. So the fabric did arrive from Sewmesunshine. I think I've got little offcuts. I'm just trying to work out where I've put it. Here. I've got little offcuts of the fabric. One set of baby clothes I haven't gifted to her because I just ran out of time, but when the baby arrives I'm just going to pop them in the post, or when I go and see her I'll take them round. So this was the first cotton jersey fabric. So it's a navy fabric with these really cute little I was going to say stars, cute little flowers all over it, and I only got a metre of that, and I managed to get a pansy dress, a strawberry sweatshirt jumper, and some tangerine trousers out of that metre. And then this one reminded me a little bit of like Christmas lights. I think it's meant to be like flowers, quite abstract like flowers. And that's a cotton jersey fabric, again from Sewmesunshine, and I got a metre of that fabric too. And I managed to cut out and sew up a strawberry sweatshirt jumper, tangerine trousers, and a pansy dress. They're all poppy and jazz patterns that I used. So I'll put pictures in of the outfits that I made using this fabric because I have gifted them. Then I had some of this Liberty fabric that I got from New Craft House, which is really fun. And I made a little jumper, a little strawberry sweatshirt jumper using that fabric. I'll put a picture in now so you can see, because again, I've gifted to that one. And then I've just finished this morning actually, the outfits made in this gorgeous navy fabric. So I've made a pansy dress. It's a really cute little dress. It's got this gorgeous little bodice. You attach a neckband long sleeves, and then this really cute little skirt. And I've done 3 to 6 months for my friend's little baby that's due in a couple of weeks. So there's the pansy dress. I can't remember what size this goes up to, but I'll put an image now in for all of these patterns that have got the size information on there for you. I love the pansy dress pattern. I think this one goes up to 6 years. So that's the dress. And then this is the gorgeous little strawberry sweatshirt jumper. How cute is that? I love how tiny the cuffs are with the sweatshirt jumper. And this one again I did in 3 to 6 months. So there's a cute little jumper there. And then the and then the tangerine trousers are just some really cute little leggings that have got a really deep waistband. And then you just hem the bottom. They're super cute. And again, I've done those in 3 to 6 months. So yeah, really enjoyed sewing up the baby clothes. I love sewing up baby clothes. They come together quite quickly, and they're just really cute to sew up as well. So I'm looking forward to being able to send those off to my friend once baby arrives, and I'm sure I'll be making lots more baby clothes because I love it when people have babies that I know, because I can sew up those really cute, teeny tiny little baby clothes. So that's the first thing that I have been busy sewing up. I talked about this pattern last weekend, but I had plans to sew up the Tammy Handmade Naya t-shirt. It's a really relaxed fit t-shirt, really simple to sew up. So if you've got a piece of fabric and you don't want the pattern to kind of be distorted, this is a really great pattern. It's only got one pattern piece for the front and the back, and then you've got a cuff pattern piece and the neckband pattern piece. It's only got 3 pattern pieces. It's by Tammy Handmade. It's a stylish pattern that features dropped built-in sleeves that finish with a cuff detail. The slip-on and boxy fit makes the perfect cozy t-shirt for sewists looking for a quick yet satisfying make, and you'll be surprised how quickly it comes together. So I only had 1 metre of the Liberty fabric, and I managed to sew up a strawberry sweatshirt jumper and the Naya t-shirt for me. Just going to see if I can find the sizing information. So it comes in sizes 6 to 32, and in terms of fabric, the t-shirt style slips over your head, and it's got a really comfy, loose-fitting silhouette. So light to medium-weight knit fabrics like a viscose jersey, cotton jersey, lightweight knit wool blends work best. So here is my t-shirt. It's a really straightforward t-shirt pattern. As you can see, it's got the hem detail on the sleeves. You've got the neckband that you insert, and then I just hemmed it at the bottom. And I just wore this yesterday with my Anna Allen Persephone pants, which I made in a choco denim fabric that I got from Felicity Fabrics, and this paired really nicely. This is going to be a really cute t-shirt to wear to school. It's got all of these like children's drawings all over it. Absolutely love it, and I think it's such a cute fabric. And I know that the children will love it when I wear this. I'll be able to almost play a game of like I Spy with all the different drawings that are on there. It's such a beautiful fabric, and that was the Liberty cotton jersey fabric that I got from New Craft House. They've got a few Liberty fabrics on their website actually at the moment, so I'll link their website down below if you are interested. The next thing that I have been busy finishing off, and I was really sad that I didn't manage to get photos of this in time to enter the Sew Up Cycle 23 challenge that was running over on Instagram. I had 3 plans for the Sew Up Cycle challenge, far too ambitious, I realise now on reflection. I had the quilted trainers, which I haven't done anything with. I knew this week was going to be too busy, so I've still got my strips of fabric that I need to put together and then quilt them, and then I can cut the pattern pieces out. I know that that's going to be an ongoing project. Last weekend, I optimistically said I thought it'd be about a month that it'd be ongoing, but I know in reality, this half term at school is super busy. We're starting to think about Christmas and learning Christmas songs and thinking about shows and things. We're also anticipating Ofsted any day now as well, and I know that that's going to be super stressful and really busy. So I do think that's going to be more than a month. It's going to take me longer than a month really to get those trainers finished. The other project I had was my denim jacket, which I'm currently upcycling using some crochet, and I'll update you on that after I've talked about this shirt. And then the final project I wanted to get finished, and I did get it done last weekend, I just didn't get photos taken, was the Callie shirt, which I made a few years ago. And I found that I wasn't really reaching for it because the back of the shirt was far too long. I've got a photo of the shirt. I lay it down so I could take a photo of it, so I'll put that in now. And all I needed to do was trim that back pattern piece and then finish the edging with bias binding, which is what I have done. I wanted to retain that curved edge. I'll stand up so you can see, but basically I trimmed it down and then I finished the edge with bias binding again, and it is a much better length. I'm much happier with the length of that. It works really well tucked into trousers, but it also works well under dungarees and things, and it was actually a really straightforward kind of adjustment to make. I think it took me just over an hour because it was a bit fiddly finishing that gorgeous curved hem, but I'm so pleased that I've done that, because for years that's just sat in my wardrobe and I haven't reached for it because the back always just felt far too long, whereas now it feels like it's an appropriate length and it's not going to feel uncomfortable when I wear it. So I'm pleased that I've got that upcycle project finished. And then the final thing that I wanted to share with you was my denim jacket, which I've been busy crocheting. So last weekend I'd pinned the big granny square on the back, and I had pinned the beginning of the sleeves. So I'd made the sleeves with some granny squares, and then I wanted to do some granny stitch rows to finish off the sleeves. So let me grab it. And I'm really pleased to say that it's almost finished. I think I really underestimated how many hours of work would go into upcycling this denim jacket with the crochet. But I have stitched that giant granny square on the back. And I absolutely love it. I love the vibrancy of those colours. I think it's such a fun feature. And then I have attached the granny square sleeves, and I'll pop it on so you can see, but it's not going to look right with what I've got on today. But the sleeves are almost finished. So you'll see that I've done granny stripe all the way down that side, and I chose to do this green and pink. And then the other side, I've done granny stripe all the way down using green and blue to try and reflect some of the colours that I already had. And all I need to do now is add a cuff on either side, and then my jacket is completely finished. I absolutely love how it is looking at the moment. I really love those sleeves and they're really cute. And then this is the back. I'll show you from the other side as well. I just think it's really fun, and I'm really pleased that what I had in my head has actually transpired into a wearable garment, and I know that I'm going to get lots of wear out of this, and every time I put it on it's just going to really make me smile. But yeah, I really underestimated how many hours it would take to crochet that granny square and then also crochet those sleeves. So final job to do. I think it'll probably take me about an hour to do the cuffs, and then I've just got a couple of ends that I need to weave in. Not many ends because I've done it as I've gone along. I think I might have a piece of black wool where I need to weave it in. Yeah, there. So I've only got like 3 bits of wool that I need to weave in the ends, and then obviously the cuffs. So hopefully next weekend I'll be able to share a completely finished upcycled denim jacket. If I manage to get it finished anytime soon, I will share pictures over on Instagram. So head over there to get any little peeks of this. When I was crocheting this section, I've had to sort of reduce the length and the width, sorry, and you can see that it slowly starts to go narrower. And then when I got to this section, I went even narrower, but then when I tried it on, I did 4 sections even narrower, and then when I tried it on I really didn't like it, so I ended up undoing these 4 sections and then redoing them. So that did take me a little bit longer, but I've really enjoyed just sitting on the sofa and crocheting away, and just really enjoying the process of crocheting as well. And I have got lots of other crochet projects on the go still, just like I have with my sewing as well. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is turning out, and hopefully next weekend I'll be able to share a completely finished jacket with you, because I know this has been quite a long journey that I've been on with the crochet denim jacket. It's just taken a lot longer than I thought it would, but it has been a really enjoyable process so far, and I'm just super excited to get it finished. So that's all of the things that I've been busy crocheting, upcycling and sewing this week. Quite a few different projects. The denim jacket has been the one that has taken me the longest, and then the baby clothes have been quite speedy sews, which have been quite nice because I've had quite limited sewing time this week. So next I have got lots of fabric that I'd like to share with you. So I've already shared the Sewmesunshine jersey fabric. So then next I have been thinking about cozy sewing, And this time of year, my husband always requests some loungewear. So I've been looking on lots of different websites, and then Rainbow Fabrics sent out one of their regular emails like they do. And in that email, there was lots of information about some stretch fabrics that were on their website. So I went and had a little look on their website, and they had some French terry fabric. So we went and had a little look, and we chose some fabric that we both liked. And what I'm going to do with this fabric is I'm going to turn it into loungewear for my husband, but also some loungewear for me. And we've gone with this really gorgeous mint green French terry fabric. I really love that colour. My husband was really keen on this colour actually. This was the fabric that he chose. It's got a textured back. I'm not sure if you can see that. That's the selvage. And it's got a really nice amount of stretch and recovery. And I bought 4 meters of this. So I'm going to sew up, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a t-shirt or a jumper for my husband, and then some True Bias Hudson pants for him. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to go with some joggers and a top, like jumper, or pyjama pattern. Something like one of the Tilly and the Buttons, I think, what are they called, the pyjamas? Can't remember the name of the pyjama pattern, but there's a Tilly and the Buttons pyjama pattern from one of her books that I've sewn up before. If I remember the name, I'll put an image in now. But yeah, I think I might turn this into some pyjamas, which I will just wear as loungewear around the house, because I don't think it's something that I would wear out of the house. It's quite a thin fabric, this French terry, and it's got quite a lot of drape to it. So I think this will be perfect actually for some cozy loungewear for when the winter months start to get a little bit chillier. And I'm really looking forward to turning that into some matching loungewear for myself and my husband. And then whilst I was on their website, I also noticed some fabric that Lola has been looking for. I'm just going to find out what they call it. And it's called Gold Black Foil Plissé fabric. And I got 2 meters of this fabric. I'll hold it up. It's really fun fabric. Lola's been looking for some fabric like this for ages, because a few years ago we bought a skirt. I think we got it from Next. Gosh, it must have been quite a few years ago. I think it's when she was at primary school, and it doesn't fit her anymore, and she absolutely loved wearing this plissé gold skirt. It was in this exact fabric, so I'm really pleased that we've been able to find some. So I'm basically going to turn this into a really simple elasticated waistband skirt for Lola, so that she can wear it over the festive period and to any parties and things. So I've got 2 meters of this gorgeous fabric, which is enough to sew up just a really simple gathered skirt that has got an elasticated waistband. She was thrilled when this fabric arrived. It's exactly what we've been looking for. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to make a really great party skirt. And then the next fabric that I've got to share with you has been sent to me by Felicity Fabrics, because I am a blogger for them. So this is going to be my next blogger make for them, and it is a really beautiful sweatshirting fabric in this gorgeous lilac, kind of purpley lilac colourway. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got 1.5 meters of this fabric, and I'm going to be turning it into a jumper. It is so lovely and soft and snuggly. It's got this really gorgeous, like fleecy, soft kind of, just really snuggly kind of back to it. It's really, really fluffy. And then that's what the outside of the fabric looks like. And it's just a lilac fabric. There's no pattern on it at all. I've got 1.5 meters of this. It is quite a wide, yeah, it's a really wide fabric actually. And what I'm going to do with this fabric is use the Tilly and the Buttons Billy jumper pattern with the big voluminous sleeves and the deep cuff. And then what I'm going to do once I've sewn up the jumper is I have got, where have I put them? Some pom-poms that I've had in my stash for years, probably a couple of years. And I've wanted to make a pom-pom jumper for years. Now I thought about whether I should use the pom-poms to create some kind of like Christmassy design on the front of the jumper, but actually I want to be able to wear this jumper not just when it's Christmas. So I am actually just going to sew on the pom-poms randomly all over the jumper. All of these colours of the pom-poms, I'm just going to get a few out so you can see, go so nicely with the colour of the fabric. These are the pom-poms. You're not going to be able to see them properly, but those are the pom-poms, and I just think they go so nicely with the colour of the fabric. Like the white one goes beautifully, then we've got like this beautiful grey, which I just think goes so nicely. There's a yellow, which goes nicely. There's a mint green, absolutely, I love those two colours together. And then there's a pink one as well. And I just think that's going to make such a fun jumper. I need to think about whether I want to put it on the sleeves as well as the main part of the jumper, or whether I just want to have it on the front and the back of the jumper. I've been looking on Pinterest at lots of photos of jumpers that have got pom-poms on. I'm just going to lay them out randomly, take some photos and see what I think they look like, and then I'm just going to use a big needle to have a go at stitching the pom-poms onto the jumper. And then I've got a blog post coming out towards the end of November, so I'll let you know when that blog goes live on their website, so you can find out how I got on with my pom-pom jumper. But I'm really excited about that blogger make. I think it's going to be a really fun challenge, and it's going to be a really fun jumper to make up, but also to wear as well. Very excited about that one, and that fabric is absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget, if you buy fabric from Felicity Fabrics, you can use the code Liz10 to get 10% off your order. That code never runs out. They gave all of the bloggers a code to share with you, so head over. They've got so many beautiful fabrics on their website. And then the next kind of bundle of fabric that I've got to share with you is from Hey So Sister, and I ordered this fabric a while ago when they advertised their seasonal sewing box for autumn. And at the time I bought the box, but I also bought some beautiful double gauze fabric, and it was almost like a little gift to myself when it arrived the other day, because I forgot that I'd ordered the fabric as well as this seasonal box. So let me grab it. So this is the beautiful fabric. It's a double gauze fabric with this gorgeous pattern all over it. It feels very 80s to me, this sort of pattern on the black double gauze background. I'm not sure what I'm going to turn this fabric into yet. I've got 2 meters of it, so I've got enough fabric to sort of play around with it. I was thinking maybe like a blouse that's got really lovely big voluminous sleeves, quite a floaty blouse that I could wear over trousers. Or I was thinking a dress that I could wear with some tights and some ankle boots. If anyone's got any suggestions for what to turn this into, please do let me know. It's a double gauze fabric, which up until probably about 6 months ago, I wasn't a massive fan of double gauze, but actually I have fallen in love with it as a fabric. It's worked really nicely over the summer for me, and it feels like a really lovely fabric to wear. So please let me know if you've got any suggestions for what I could turn this gorgeous fabric into. It is quite a wide fabric, and I've got 2 meters to play around with, and I just love that pattern. The colours just really pop with that gorgeous black background. So please let me know in the comments below. I'd quite like to make something that I can wear for the autumn winter. I feel like those colours would just brighten up a really dark, dull day. So I'd love your suggestions for that beautiful fabric. Now on to the seasonal sewing box. So you always get a little note which talks about the theme for the box. And these are seasonal sewing boxes, so usually they link to the season. And this is called, so it's the Autumn Project 2023, and it's called Coffee or Tea in brackets and Croissants. And oh my goodness, it is so cute. And it's a really beautiful pattern, and a pattern company that I haven't come across before that has been included in this seasonal box. So Georgie starts off by saying, I hope you're well and settling into autumn. I don't know about where you are, but the weather has really turned the past couple of weeks in Edinburgh. So perfect timing, considering the theme for this season's project is about embracing the autumnal weather and cosy activities like enjoying a coffee or cuppa and pastry with a pal or a good book. For this project, Georgie was going for coffee shop, bakery and Parisian vibes, and the result is the pairing of a brand new fabric print that she designed along with a beautiful blouse pattern. So in the pack, you get the pattern, you get the fabric that can go with the pattern. You don't have to use the fabric for the pattern. In the past, I haven't always used that fabric for the pattern. And then you also get some other bits and bobs included too. I'll go on to talk about the pattern after I've shared all the bits that come in the pack. But you get some buttons included in a little pack. You always get a label which says have a good day, which is a really cute little label. Then we've got some interfacing, and you always get some Gutermann thread that matches the fabric as well. You get the pattern, and then you also get a little gift and some fabric. Now this is the fabric that Georgie has designed. It's absolutely beautiful. It's this kind of beigey brown small check gingham type fabric, and then it's got this amazing print all over it with little picnic baskets and croissants and baguettes and little bows and teacups and the word croissant all over it. Let me see how much fabric you get. So it's a lovely cotton lawn printed with a brown plaid with contrasting blue, hand-drawn and digitised graphics. Georgie took inspiration for the brown blue palette from the trending designers and thought it would be fun to take an autumnal coffee chocolatey shade and put it into a classic pattern and add a playful touch. I think we've got 3 meters of this gorgeous fabric. It's such an interesting fabric. It's a really beautiful kind of design all over it. It's not a colour palette that I would have chosen, but I think this is going to work so nicely for the pattern, and I am actually planning to use this for the beautiful pattern that has come in this box. So that is the fabric. And then the little gift that we've got are some really cute, and they are so gorgeous, croissant buttons. So Georgie had the idea for some croissant buttons, and they are so cute. Look how adorable they are. So in different shades, it's going to be a bit tricky to show you, but we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 little croissant buttons, which are just absolutely gorgeous, and they come in a little pouch as well. And I think I'm going to do the version of the pattern that's got the buttons down the front and then use these beautiful croissant buttons as well, because I think that they will just be a really cute little nod to the croissant print that's all over this. There's a little croissant that's been printed on that beautiful fabric. So onto the pattern. It's by a pattern company called Madswick Patterns. I'll link them down below. I haven't come across them before, and the pattern is called the Raider Blouse, or Raider Blouse, R-A-I-D-A blouse. I'll put a picture in now of what it looks like. There's 3 different versions. So view A and B are a cropped hem, and view C is a full hem. View A, or all of them, have got a collar stand, and then there's the optional, this gorgeous optional yoke ruffle, which is definitely the version I'm going to go for. For view A has got buttons down. View B and view C have got a button opening at the back. View B has got a collar stand button closure at the back. View C has got a gathered yoke detail, which looks beautiful. And then there's some really gorgeous sleeves with this pattern as well. So I'll put pictures in so you can see what the pattern looks like. In terms of sizes, there are 13 different sizes, with a bust measurement ranging between 32 inches to 56 inches. And in terms of fabric recommendations for this pattern, they recommend light to medium weight woven fabrics like a linen, cotton lawn, cotton poplin, shirting and sateen fabric, to name just a few fabrics that they do recommend. It's an absolutely beautiful blouse pattern, and I'm really excited about getting it sewn up. I'll probably get it sewn up in the next couple of weeks. So we got the AO copy shop pattern sent through in this envelope, and then we got a link to the Google Drive, which has got the pattern instructions, and then also the pattern AO and A4 files as well, so we can print the patterns again if we wanted to. So a really beautiful autumn seasonal sewing box from Hey Sew Sister again. I love their boxes. I think they're really well thought out. Quite often they introduce me to new pattern companies or patterns that I wouldn't necessarily have bought, but I've absolutely loved, like the Stylark Norman jumpsuit. I've made 3 versions of that now, and I wouldn't have bought the pattern unless it came in a seasonal box from Hey Sew Sister. So I'm very excited about giving that pattern a little try. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was a book that I pre-ordered, and it is a book that is being shared on Instagram at the moment because it's just been released, and it's a book by Eliza Lex from By Hand London, and it's her book called Made to Measure. She shared lots of sneaky peeks of this book. I know that she's running a course over at New Craft House at the moment for the prairie dress pattern, which is in this book. And I couldn't resist getting the book. So the idea is that it's an easy guide to drafting and sewing a custom wardrobe. I'm not going to share the entire book with you, but this is the contents. So you get some information about the basics, so like favourite sewing tools, getting to know fabrics, choosing the right fabrics for your project, caring for fabrics, basic sewing guide, and circle skirt primer. You also get some information on drafting, fitting and customising. And then there's some draft it yourself projects. So I'll turn to some of the projects and share them with you. The idea behind this book is that you draft all of the patterns to suit your body measurements, which I really love the concept of that. I am not super confident with drafting patterns myself, but I'm really hoping this book will give me lots and lots of new skills and really kind of challenge myself. So the little page that introduces the draft it yourself patterns, Elise Alex says, and now the moment you've been waiting for, it's time to apply the techniques and tips you've learned so far and start creating your dream wardrobe of tops, dresses, skirts and more. Most projects in this book have two parts. The first part will show you how to draft the pattern, and the second part will show you how to sew it together. A few projects will also include a third section of ideas of how you can hack the design even further. So the first pattern is a wedding guest dress, which is gorgeous. And at the start of each pattern, it tells you the level out of three sewing machines. So level 1 is 1 sewing machine, 2 obviously 2 sewing machines, and then 3 sewing machines. Also tells you what you need and also the skills that are practiced as well for each pattern. And then you get information about how to draft the pattern. And that goes on to the next couple of pages. And then you get some information on how to sew it together as well. The next pattern is a classic sheath skirt. So it's like a pencil skirt, and that's 1 out of 3 in difficulty level. And the next one is the prairie dress, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And this is what Elise Alex is teaching at New Craft House at the moment. And that's a 2 out of 3 in terms of difficulty. And then the next one, I absolutely love this. It's a faux cute jumpsuit. I think it's such a beautiful design. I really love those two together, and there's Narissa modelling it. She shared some sneaky peeks of this over on her Instagram. Absolutely beautiful. I really, really love that. In terms of difficulty level, that's 3 out of 3. That I think is going to be one of my first sewing projects from this book, so I can let you know how I get on in terms of drafting that pattern. Then we've got the sweet sheared top and dress, which looks really cute. And that's a 2 out of 3 in terms of difficulty. Then we've got the side tie overall dress, which is a 2 out of 3 as well. And I really love the look of this dress. I think it's really interesting. It's got some really interesting features like this side tie detail. Absolutely beautiful. Then we've got the siren slip dress, which is a 3 out of 3. It's a really beautiful looking pattern. It looks really tricky because of the fabric that they recommend that you use. And then the next pattern is a billow sleeve backward blouse, which is a 3 out of 3 in terms of difficulty. And then we've got a refashioned sweater dress, which is this one. So I think this is a refashion. This project is inspired by my mum, who used to be a fashion designer. She was among the first designers in the 90s to champion sustainable fashion. All of her collections were made from pre-consumer waste and second-hand fabrics. So yeah, you refashion some sweaters. So Elise Alex recommends that you need 3 to 4 second-hand sweaters in wool, wool blends, cashmere, alpaca or acrylic. Then there's Not Your Grandma's Quilted Circle Skirt. Absolutely love this. Look how gorgeous that looks in that beautiful quilted fabric. Absolutely stunning. Then there's the Sunset Wrap Trousers and Jumpsuit, which again looks absolutely gorgeous. Then there's the Gathered Patchwork Skirt. I've actually sewn up a patchwork skirt and a patchwork dress myself using all of my, well not all of, because I've got so many, but lots of fabric scraps that I've got in my stash. So I really love the look of that one as well. And that's an easy pattern, so it's a 1 out of 3. Then there's the Willow Wrap Dress, which is this one. That looks really gorgeous. And that is a 2 out of 3. And then the final pattern is a panelled wrap skirt, which looks really gorgeous as well. So I'm looking forward to learning some new skills in terms of drafting patterns for my body shape. And I'm really looking forward to giving some of the patterns in that book a try. So I'll let you know once I dive in and tackle some of them. But like I said, I think I'm going to try that faux jumpsuit pattern first. Yeah, I think this is going to be my first project, which I'm really looking forward to just trying and hopefully learning some new skills and challenging myself as well. So the next thing I wanted to share with you was a small sewing channel. So I'm going to try and do this every weekend when I discover a small sewing channel. And I've just been searching the hashtag over on YouTube, small sewing channel, which is a great way of discovering new sewing bloggers. So the person that I wanted to introduce you to this weekend was somebody called Chrissy Conley, and that's what her channel is called. So she is a sewing vlogger. She's got a couple of videos over on her channel at the moment, ranging from, she's got one video that's 5 autumn winter sewing projects. She's also got a video which I'm really interested in watching called favourite sewing patterns. There's a pattern review on her channel as well, and a couple of other videos as well. I've really enjoyed watching her videos. So I started at the beginning, so I haven't got to the favourite sewing patterns video yet, because I think that was her last video that she released. But I've been really enjoying watching her videos, and I'm sure that you will enjoy watching her videos too. So I'll link her channel down below. Please do head over to her channel and give her a little follow. She's also on Instagram, so give her a little follow over on Instagram as well. So then the final thing that I like to finish with these videos are my sewing plans. So my plans today are to get the cuffs done on my denim jacket and hopefully get some photos and videos of that jacket. And then I can share that with you next weekend. I've also cut out, inspired by my big cat quilted coat last weekend. Lola has definitely claimed that jacket. I don't think I'll get to wear it. I was going through my stash because I filmed another kind of look into what my fabric stash looks like, and a video where I'm asking for your suggestions, and I was reminded of this beautiful quilted fabric that I got. I think I got this from Sewmesunshine last year. It's a beautiful black and white gingham fabric that's quilted. It's quite a thin quilted fabric, and I have cut out the Megan Nielsen Havea jacket in the same length and style as my big cat coat, because I've really loved that style. I think Lola is definitely going to wear that jacket, so I thought I'll cut another one out so that I can wear the jacket. So I'm going to get that sewn up in the next couple of weeks. I've got the houndstooth fabric here that I got from New Craft House that I talked about in my autumn sewing plans video, and I want to get this turned into the portobello trousers. So I'm going to get those cut out. Haven't got the pattern cut out yet, so I'm going to get those cut out, and they're a really speedy sew, so I should be able to get those sewn up in the next week or the next week or two. I'm going to be continuing with my quilted trainers, and I'm hoping that I'll get some time to start stitching these together. Next weekend I haven't really got any plans. I haven't got any markets or cakes or anything like that, so I'm hoping I'll have a bit of time to work on my trainers, and I can update you on that next weekend. And then I've also got a colleague who is leaving us next week. She's got a new job, which is really exciting for her, so I've got plans to sew up a leaving gift for her, and I'm going to be sewing up an apron, and the pattern that I'm going to be using is the latest release, or one of the new patterns that's been released, where Jazzy Rose Flowers and Sew Over It worked in collaboration to create 3 patterns with kind of hobbies in mind, and they released an apron pattern which looks like quite a straightforward apron pattern, which has got a crossover back detail, and it's got a pocket as well. So I'm hoping to get that cut out today so that I can start sewing that up. It looks like quite a straightforward sew, so I'm really hoping that I can get that done by the end of the week next week. So I'll have photos hopefully of that to share with you. And the fabric that I've got out is, I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but it's a canvas fabric which has got pomegranates and leaves all over it. And my friend that's leaving is a really keen gardener as well. She's still going to be working with children, so I thought the apron would come in really handy for work in terms of like paint splodges and glue and things, but also it's got kind of like a gardening themed print all over it, so I thought that might work really nicely. And this is a canvas fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. I'm going to go through my stash and see if I've got any other fabrics that might work for the apron, and then decide which fabric I want to use for that apron as well. But those are all of my plans that I would like to get sewn up this week if possible. Lots of things that I'd like to get done again, but a few things where I'm just finishing things off. So that was everything that I wanted to share with you today. I hope that you've enjoyed hearing what I've been getting up to, seeing some of the things that I've been busy making, and also hearing some of my plans for the upcoming week and weeks. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really love it if you could hit that subscribe button. You get notified of when I bring out my next video. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.